with Film Critique.
Hi, Nancy.
And, hi. And yes, this is a lovely documentary. There are so many parts that I was fascinated by. For my question, I wanted to know, with collaborating with Oprah, and you just said she spoke to Sidney every Sunday, how did you decide with the other interviews and things what to keep in and what to leave out? And what were some like really significant moments that you felt were maybe left out?
Well, stories like this are tough. I compare it to my previous documentary, The Black Godfather, about Clarence Avant. Both men are men who lived a long time into their 90s. And every year of their life is consequential. You know, with Sidney, the day he was born was an event. I mean, he was born dead. And, you know, and his mother said, no, you're not dying. You will live, right? It was foretold, and the prophecy turned out to be true. So, yeah, I mean, what to leave in and what to leave out is the toughest part of the job. And for me, there were a couple of key things. One was, some people might want to just say, well, Sidney Poitier was a great actor. You know, yes, he was a great actor, but you can't leave out him as a civil rights activist. You can't leave out him as a producer and director. You can't leave out him as a mentor. You can't leave out, his spiritual side. You know, he's all these things. So the trick was, how do we find a balance of all those elements? And, it led to hard choices because, you know, when you make movies like this, you know, there's always a couple of scenes on the cutting room floor that they're just there because you have to be ruthless. But at the end of the day, what really helped was the family, talking to both wives, talking to all of his daughters, because they gave so many insights that had not been told before. You know, even for folks who've read the books, you know, talking to Juanita, his first wife. Whew, shit. Because we kept researching. Well, wait a minute. Where's her interview in Jet magazine? Where's her, news interview? And as far as we could tell, I don't know that she had ever been interviewed before. And it took us a long time for her to agree to do it. But when she sat down, she's a very profound, very powerful person. All of his family is, both wives, all the children, and they all had different perspectives on who he was. So that really helped round out Sidney Poitier, the man.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you. And yeah, one of my favorite parts of the documentary was when he said that everything from the prophecy came true. And I just thought that was really beautiful. Yeah, very nice.
Yes.
See you again.
Yes.
Hi. And one of the things that really struck me about the documentary also was just his outlook on things, from how he was young to when he came to the United States and everything. And I wanted to know if you can talk about how he carried himself, influenced other people, especially as to how some people talked about him in the documentary.
Sure. Well, I think about that a lot. And that really hit me when I was making the movie, because if you're an immigrant, right, wherever you're from, right, your accent, the fact that you don't know the culture, the fact that you can be a victim of police harassment, police violence, that there's some people who are determined to put you on the bottom so they can feel better about where they are in life, right? That's every immigrant story. And he epitomizes all that, and his willingness to grow and change, him, sleeping in a toilet, because, hey, I can afford the nickel. Him not being able to read, a Jewish guy, seeing him trying to struggle and saying, I will help teach you how to read, and him accepting that, and his eternal gratitude for that, and his frustration that he could never find the guy to properly thank him for the gift of literacy. That is, America's success is so driven by those kind of immigrant success stories. So yes, he was born in America, but this because he was born prematurely. So he was born in Florida, but fundamentally, it's an immigrant story.